Hello everyone and welcome back to the Nerds Archive. I know, wow, all these videos, I'm a video making machine at the minute, but I couldn't resist just doing a review on this bad boy now. This finally came today. This is the Doctor Who 60 Years Sonic Screwdriver from Character Options, and it is just a beauty. I've been waiting so long to finally get this Sonic. Going all the way back to when we first saw it in David Tennant's hands, the wondering of what it could be, all the concept arts, all the, for instance, the little shop prop versions, all the just speculation and wonder, and to finally see it and to finally own a version is fantastic. I'm so excited for this. So yeah, let's just get on with the review and see what this thing's all about. The Sonic is an online exclusive and it just arrives in this normal box here, but when you take it out, you are greeted to this beautiful Sonic screwdriver and just amazing 60 years logo there. Goodness me, it really is such a cool box. That regeneration screen at the back there, the logo. I'm so happy to finally just see Doctor Who products now with this diamond logo, and of course the non-diamond logo, which we're going to get once the 60th have passed. It's such a brilliant, nostalgic logo. As somebody who was a fan of classic Who, especially the Tom Baker era, it was jaw-dropping to see this make a return. So then we also get on here with lights and sound effects features, extending and opening emitter. Oh. And then of course down here it's online exclusive, the 14th Doctor Sonic Screwdriver, electric lights and sound effects, and a nice little picture there of it being extended. There are of course more instructions on the side there, but we'll go over this as the video progresses. Once again, on the side of the box, the online exclusive BBC Doctor Who 60 Years. And then of course on the back of the box we get yet another picture of the Sonic extended with that beautiful logo once again, an image of the 14th Doctor, which we all know and love as David Tennant, a little bit there about the new 14th Doctor with information on how to access the batteries. So of course if you want to pause the video there, then feel free to go ahead and read a bit of information about the 14th Doctor, which we haven't seen his episodes yet, but I think it's safe to say he's a legend. So then, I know that there's going to be a few people out there who've bought probably more than one of these, one to sort of open and use, the other one to leave on display. I haven't done this, however, as I kind of guessed that there would be issues with scalpers, so I just bought the one for now. I do know that these things did sell out the day they were released, but I have heard from, well, I've heard from friends who sort of have other friends who have other friends who know things, that there will be a re-release of the Chrome version ones here. So fear not if you missed out on this Sonic and you think, yeah, I can't wait for the normal one to be released. I'd love the Chrome Effect one. Then fear not, there should be, fingers crossed, another wave released soon. So again, people have bought two, one for display, one to use, and I've just bought the one here. And to be honest, I think that the box itself is pretty much its own stand. I mean, I could be proved wrong when I open this, but I mean, there's not a lot holding it down. The plastic that the Sonic is holding on here is pretty much doing all the work. So I think when I get the normal version and I just want to display this to preserve the chrome or just to basically look after it, because these are going for a lot now second hand, I'll just leave it back in the plastic here on display like this, because the box itself is beautiful. Out in the Sonic, you see there's not much holding it down apart from what I said, the plastic that holds it up. You've also got these two bands here which need to be cut, and a little bit of plastic over the slider to make sure it doesn't accidentally slide out in transit. I'll just get that off for you right now. So there you go, there's now going back now, and once you've basically cut these, the Sonic just plain and simply just lifts out. So there we go, and of course all you have to do is just remove the little bit of tape there, and fantastic, it doesn't pull any of the image off, which I'm sure it wouldn't have, but I was just a bit concerned about that. So yeah, wow, this thing is actually surprisingly light. So now, yeah, just having a look at the Sonic itself, it truly is beautiful. I mean, oh, look at that, the stitching on the back. I'm seeing this for the first time with you guys right now. I am leaving some thumbprints, sorry, all over the place. So I'll just have to get the old duster out on that. But wow, this thing really is cool. It's surprisingly light, but Yeah, I mean, end of the day, it is a toy, not the prop. I think just me being me with the amount of props I have, I don't really play with the toys anymore. So let's say I don't really handle the toys a lot these days. I mainly just mess about with the props and polish them up and put them in nice positions for photos. So yeah, wow, really cool. And of course, oh, I've been looking forward to this. Wow. Oh gosh, that looks amazing. Wow, really cool there. And I love the way how, even though it's not on, it's clear plastic here, but you can still see the blue from certain angles. Really cool. This Sonic truly is a fantastic Sonic to have for the 60th anniversary because it is just a celebration of all of the new Who Sonics. It really is. It's absolutely spot on. As you can see, there's all these different versions of all the Sonics that have come before from New Who that you can see in it. You can see up here, it does remind me of the War Doctor, and then all down here, it is a bit like a Dalek gun, but I feel that it's very much in the style of the 11th Doctor, the 12th Doctor's Sonic, you know, how it was quite large at the end there, and how even when extended, it's still just there basically. So yeah, I'm gonna say, yeah, I know 12th Doctor at the bottom, but 12th Doctor style at the top, especially with the square thing going on. And then of course you've got the claws there. I know people call them prongs, but I'm used to calling the prongs on my 11th the claws. So I'm going to say the claws. Really beautiful and very, let's say, elegant. Very elegant claws there. Gorgeous. Yeah, the little holes there when extended, really cool. I mean, you can just tell that maybe that is where he'll get his readings from if he's doing a bit of a Matt Smith. And then check the readings, really sick. Oh, the helix here. Well, not helix, but just the rivets there would be sick to see on the TARDIS. And then, of course, you move down here with the old slider and the crackle theme, even though it's not crackle paint on the actual prop. 10th Doctor. Then you have the 11th's leather section there. And then, of course, this bit, which the pommel here, which is based on the 12th Doctor's Sonic. But, of course, very reminiscent to the laser. Absolutely gorgeous, it really is. Just give you guys a closer look. There you have the emitter section. And of course, looking straight down mine, it's pretty much all blue there, what you can see. And then you have this beautiful Gallifreyan on the activation switch, and it is so nice to finally have a prop now, a genuine screen accuracy prop sonic screwdriver with Gallifreyan on it. We've seen it a lot with customs, especially the 11th customs, and then you had the classic custom from Rubbertail Replicas, and now finally it's on a screen used prop. That's so cool. Then you have the leather section here, very Matt Smith like. And then the 12th Doctor there, you see it's supposed to be with the plate in there, it's supposed to look like brass. Really cool. Oh, I genuinely love this. This is amazing. So at last, Character have finally made us a Sonic toy that is very much more accurate to the prop when it comes to the extending feature. We finally have the activation switch, which is also the slider. Oh, just brilliant, Character. Thank you. Finally, it's so cool to have like a nice little version of a prop, you know, as in toy form that actually does what the screen used prop will do. So thank you, Character. You got that spot on. Also, a fun little Easter egg is that the Gallifreyan on the activation switch is actually the name of the son of the chap that designed this Sonic. That is such a nice little Easter egg there. Really cute and just nice. It's just a nice thing to do, and it really does just keep the spirit of Doctor Who going. Yeah, I do like it, and it will also be a nice little story of how people will sort of talk about the Sonic in the future. And if I'm honest, the images that I've seen, and even on this video now, just does not do the Gallifreyan inscription there justice. It really is beautiful. I mean, the way how the light reflects off it, it might be different with the other version, but it looks like it's in a bit of a bubble. But no, it is really, really cool, really nicely done. I genuinely like that. Now, of course, just like the Masters Laser Sonic, this thing also has a little clicker in the pommel here. Of course, we don't know how that is going to play effect in the episodes, but it's just a nice thing to have. It's nice being able to, say for cosplayers, especially at conventions, and little kids that want to pretend to be the Doctor, just to have that little added feature there where they can just change the settings and then just go about being the Doctor. Yes, all right, get to the point. What can this Sonic do? Well, you know where the activation button is, pressing it down. Look at that. I genuinely love that colour. It reminds me of the first time we see Luke Skywalker with a lightsaber. It's a beautiful turquoisey blue there. And of course, just once again, thank you, character, at last. This thing can work just like the prop. So holding the button down and sliding it up, it remains on. And of course, same again. Oh, slip there. Same again. There it is. Just like the prop. Thank you, character. And just like many other sonic screwdrivers, pressing the button more than once can activate a variety of different sounds. So, you just heard the sound when you just simply turn the sonic on. Pressing the button twice and holding down on the second press will cause the sonic to make this noise. Which, yeah, does sound a bit like it's charging up, or maybe it's charging itself up or charging something up. You be the judge of that one. Then, of course, pressing the button 3 times and holding down on the third press will cause this sound. Again, actually, I think that's more of a charging up sound. Let's have another listen. 1, 2. Yeah, so 1, 2. Sounds like it's emitting a beam. And then the third press, 1, 2, 3. Definitely the charge up. And I love the way as well how it doesn't just make the sound and flicker. The lights actually do something. They move in a kind of pattern that just keeps you focused on the core. So again, the way how Matt Smith, for instance, always just looks at his Sonic like, you know, ooh, and then just stares. It actually feels like for once we have something to look at. So again, I'll just do that third secret sound, not secret sound. I'll do that third sound one more time and just check this out here. 1, 2, 3. Really is cool. The character just smashed this. But unlike the other Sonic Screwdriver toys where they have 3 special sound effects, this one actually has 5. So let's go for 4 now. Pressing the button down 4 times and holding it down on the 4th press will cause this sound. That's an alarm there, whether it be an intruder alert or a proximity alert. Really cool little alarm, and again, really fun to just look at the core part here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then, of course, we get onto the 5th sound effect, and this for me, as I was saying, being able to look at the core here, just like how the Doctor would to see what the readings are saying, is definitely the most active. So pressing the button 5 times and holding it down on the 5th causes this sound effect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it repeats. That is so cool. I really do love that. Just being able to look at the core and see something happening. I mean, I'm not sure how long that goes on for. In fact, you know what? I'll do it again. Let's have another look and I'll time that to see just how long that cycle goes on for. So that is about 23 seconds, that cycle. And during those 23 seconds, there's all these flashes and then a little pulse at the end. Wow, just really cool, amazing. Finally, just probably the most hands-on version Sonic that we have. You know, being able to mess about here, use it like the prop, actually look at the core to see what's going on. It's just really cool as well. So, of course, not just the core, the volumes of the sounds are slightly different. Naturally, of course, when the Sonic is closed down like this, the sound is muffled. And then when extended, it becomes that bit more crisp, as the sound can get out of it more easily. What I think is cool as well is that we all know that David Tennant had a habit of putting the sonic screwdriver to his ears to listen to it, and I think that plays a part in this as well. The first sound effect when holding it down is quite loud, but then the others, say for instance 1, 2, they're quite quiet with like tiny little pulses happening in the background. So you can see it's kind of like something where you can just see David Tennant holding the sonic screwdriver to his ear, the doctor listening to what the sound is doing as a way of checking his readings, like we've seen various times with the 10th Doctor. Maybe not that one. At least that's what I'm taking away from it. But of course, the fun with this Sonic doesn't stop there. This thing has got some secret features. So to access the secret features, you have to get to the battery compartment. And to get to the battery compartment, you just have to basically turn it anti-clockwise and separate it. And it is nice to see a bit of plastic again, as I say, because I'm used to messing about with the props. I kind of expected a 3D printed compartment, but yeah, very reassuring to see this plastic. And as you notice here, there is a secret hidden micro switch. Now, pressing this micro switch does nothing. However, pressing the micro switch and the activation button at the same time for a certain amount of seconds will cause the Sonic to change colour. I know, not only change colour, but also change sounds to basically Sonics that we've had in the past. So, yeah, let's go for the first one. So let's hold both buttons down for 3 seconds. Amazing. So we now have accessed the green settings. Let me just turn the light down here. So we're now going back to the Matt Smith days with the green setting. Again, no pulse, there's no action going on at the core here. It's just a complete steady light from start to finish. Now, you cannot switch from secret sound to secret sound. You basically, if you want to change to another secret sound, you have to go back to the default setting. So again, just hold the micro switch down and the activation button until it beeps. There we go. So now let's hold it down for 4 seconds. And there we go. We now have the 13th Doctor's diagnostic sound with a lovely Yeah, that's yellow. In person, it does look quite lime greeny, but on the camera it's yellow. But I'm just going to say that's yellow. That is really cool. Really nice. That is beautiful. And then, of course, holding the micro switch and activation button for 5 seconds. You then get this very, very beautiful red setting. Wow, that is really cool. Hopefully we do get to see the red setting in the 60th specials, but yeah, again, this thing is just so cool. Whether it's a feature that we're all looking forward to seeing in the new series, whether it's just supposed to be the shout out to the War Doctor Sonic here like the others are, though I'm not sure. Maybe the diagnostic sound is the nod towards the 13th Doctor, but yeah, so there is a secret green, yellow and red setting. So once you have the Sonic back to the settings that you like, I've just gone back to the default here, you then have to insert the pommel until it slots into place and turn it clockwise. Don't do what I did, where instead of gripping it by the leather, I gripped it by the end here and it clicked. And I thought I broke it. I thought, oh no, I've broke it. But no, luckily it was just that section. Grip it by the leather and there you go, not going anywhere. Now, of course, myself and others have noticed that with the extra sounds, instead of, say, 1, 2, 3, you can pretty much cycle through them by pressing the activation button pretty much straight away when releasing it. So say, for instance, so yeah, I'm not sure why it does that. Maybe it's something that will happen in the episode, and for role-playing purposes, it's just simpler than just going and then 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. You know, maybe it just makes playing with it a little bit more easier for role players. But yeah, okay, that's fine. That's, yeah, great. So when the Sonic is closed, for instance, say closing it down, it won't just open up. So it's not something you have to worry about. Where is it loose? Will it just fall out? No, it won't. It's when it's down, it's down. When it's up, it's up. Sorry, let me just open it up. You are see. It won't just fall down. Unless you say leave it in the middle there, then, well, to be fair, no, it does slide out a bit. So yeah, really cool, really well made. Same thing with the clicker, it's held in there nice and securely. This will not just turn around with ease. As you can see, I'm pushing it out with my finger. There's a bit of give, but no, very strong, not just going to rattle around. So pretty much for, well, for a toy that's not a prop, it's really well secure. Nice one. What makes this Sonic so shiny is the electroplating, which is obviously located here, here, and what kind of gives this a kind of brass look there. In fact, you know what, I'm not sure if that is electroplated, but whatever they've used there to give it this kind of metallic, bronzy, goldy colour effect is really, really well appreciated. So the electroplating of this thing is what makes it so shiny. And I really love it. Of course, with it being what it is, I am worried about, say, scuffing it or it wearing away over time. So yeah, I probably won't be too hands-on with this. I mean, of course, I'll take pictures with it because it's a gorgeous thing and it really does make it look like metal. On the cameras, it can look quite plasticky, but in the flesh, it just looks really metallic, and especially from a distance, if it's on display or whatnot, it looks really cool. So I probably won't be as hands-on with this one as I will be with the normal release, which is set to come out, I think, at the end of this year around Christmas time. So just simply for the sheer sake of wanting to preserve it, it won't be my hands-on version of this. It will be the display and the one I'll probably mainly use for images on my Instagram account. Now, the next question that I want to know is, can this Sonic flick to extend? Well, yes, just like the 11th Doctor's Sonic, this Sonic can flick to extend. However, I do not recommend that you do that, especially with this version, because that's just not how this Sonic is meant to extend, and at the same time you may damage the electroplating here that gives the Sonic that chrome effect. So just use the slider. Yeah, flick away on the retail one, as you don't have to worry so much about the chrome. But for now, with this version, I won't be flicking to extend it. I'll just be using the slider as the toy is meant to be used. Comparing the 14th Doctor's Sonics with the classic run, you can see there aren't really any similarities except for the slight ones with the War Doctor, with the emitter and the pommel. Whether it's extended or closed, it is still massive compared to any of them. And then, of course, comparing it to the new Who Sonics, you finally start to see the magic happen. It's nice being able to see next to 10th, 11th, 12th and 13th. So it's obviously bigger than the 10th. It's actually the same size as the 11th when closed, smaller than the 12th. That's right, the 12th still holds its title as the longest, and more or less the same size as the 13th. Being part of the extending Sonic family with the toys, 11th holds the top spot for being the longest when extended, and it's pretty much the same as the 10th, maybe a little bit more longer than the 10th. Though a little fun fact I noticed was that when the 10th was extended and the 14th was closed, they were actually the same length. So, of course, the big questions are, how will the actual prop itself differ from what we see here? Well, there are obviously obvious ones, hence the leather section here will actually be leather. This will all be metal, obviously. This is a plastic toy, whereas the prop replica itself is for body metal. On the toy, it is clear plastic, and every now and again you can see, well, to be honest, more times than not, the blue from the LED reflects up and still gives it this kind of blue tint, like faded blue tint that goes straight up, which does look really nice. Regardless of what colour you have this thing set to, green, yellow or red, it will still reflect blue up the core and to the emitter. This is very reminiscent to the Matt Smith Sonic during the Cold War episode, where you could see the emitter was still green but the LED was red. So that is just a really nice feature to it again, which probably not intentional, but just a great bit of detail. On the prop itself, it has not just the emitter, but LEDs in each of the claws, which again just celebrates and just shows the magnificence of the 11th Doctor's. Also giving it that diamond image when held straight ahead. You can see you'll have the emitter, you'll have the LEDs in the claws, and then you have the diamond, which is obviously the roof of the TARDIS. However, in the toy, this is not something that can be done, as it would make it more expensive. So instead of doing this, what they have done is that they have made all the claws hollow, so that when activated, the light will reflect up. You can see here how they've tried to do it. There is a little hole there, which I'm guessing leads straight down into the core of the Sonic, where the LEDs come from. But again, it's kind of hard to see as too much light escapes from the very bottom there. There you have it. I think that's really clever how they've tried to do that, so it is more accurate and more closer to the prop itself. Yeah, character, you really did do wonders with this. This is really cool, and it just shows that effort and just reignites so much love for the franchise again, man. How you didn't expect this thing to do so well, yet they all sold out in the first day. And you can see there how mine reflects. So yeah, a nice little detail, a nice little thing they've tried to do there. I really like it. I know that the LEDs are on the prop and this is nowhere near the prop, but I think that's really cool. I can see what they've tried to do. I like it. I honestly do. Yeah, character well done on that one. Also with the prop replica, the twisty bit here also does rotate. It will rotate, I believe, the 1, 2, 3 sections here, but this end won't. So yep, again, this toy is doing really well at being the prop. It really is a clever little thing, and I love what character have done here. So to conclude, what do I think of this sonic screwdriver toy? Well, I think it's a home run, I really do. I think character have absolutely smashed it. This thing is brilliant, especially to start off the run of a whole brand new era of Doctor Who merchandise. I know a while ago we had the Regeneration set, the 13th into 14th. It was the first thing that had the new logo on. But this thing, to start it off right at the beginning, well, close to the 60th now, because we've only got a couple of months till it's out, is brilliant. You've really got my attention. I'm looking forward to what's coming out next. The secret settings are such a welcomed new thing, really exciting. The way how you've tried to make it as close to the prop itself just shows that level of understanding and caring and commitment. The secret features, which to me remind me of, say, the NeoPixel blades on the lightsabers, you know, the expensive lightsabers that we can get. The detail on this thing, the way how the core flickers and flashes, not like on a repeat, it's constantly doing something different. And you have, like, say, a 23-second cycle where I'm just looking at the core, like, you know, it's another detailed thing. It's honest to God, absolutely brilliant. It just fits into the way how when I look at props and capability, you know, you have the screen accuracy of a prop, and then at the other end you have the functions and what it's able to do. And this thing is great because you filled it with all these features which are amazing and still put all this effort into making it screen accurate. You really have absolutely smashed it. I'm looking forward to what you've got coming out next. I hope it's going to be a cool flight control TARDIS like we used to get in the old days. Don't get me wrong, I love the classic ones, but I really want to see an amazing flight control TARDIS. Little personal note now, if you say go back for the 60th and release a set from 3rd Doctor all the way up to, let's even say, the 13th, and Electro Chrome, was it, sorry, what was it now? Yeah, Electrochrome. Sorry, tongue twister there. I'm talking too much. If you had like a whole set of sonic screwdrivers that have the Electrochrome, that would be amazing. I would snap that up in a second. You could also go back and take Sonics, for instance, like the 10th Doctor Sonic, and put some secret features into that. Not necessarily the ones we've got here, but brand new ones. Yeah, because this thing really does make it look like metal. It really does make you want to second glance it. And to get all these Sonics we've seen before, you know, you could even make your own flick version of the 11th, or just make it so it's the single button version. Electrochrome it would be great, honestly. I would love to see that. That's just a personal thing that I'd love to see. So hopefully I've planted a little seed there. You're welcome, everyone. And so that brings us to the end of the video once again. So thank you all for sticking around this long. It really does mean the world to me that you guys are just watching these and supporting me. If you have enjoyed this one, then please hit the like button. If you want to be on the lookout for any more videos I've got coming up, then hit the subscribe button. And yeah, just once again, thanks everyone for just your kind words in the comments from the last few videos I've done. It honestly does mean the world to me. This started off as a bit of fun, and to make these videos and have all the support and love off all you guys really does mean the world. So yeah, character, all eyes on you now. What you're going to do next. Looking forward to seeing how the rubber toe versions of these turn out. Really exciting times for Doctor Who ahead, and it's so good to be able to say that again. It really is. So yeah, everyone, until the next one, please, wherever you are in the world, stay safe, stay awesome, and I'll see you all in the next one. You take care, everyone. Bye bye.